Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2016 Panini Prime Signatures Random Player 3-box break. We'll start with doing the buyer randomization, and then we'll get into breaking these 3 boxes. Looks like we've just got a couple minutes till it's 7:30 Central Standard Time. If anyone is in the room, could you please let me know if you're able to hear me okay? Just want to make sure that the audio is set up right before we get into the randomization. Hey Greg, welcome back. Is everything sounding okay, Greg? Thank you, Dominic. Great, appreciate that. So it's just about 7:30, and we'll start with our randomization. Hopefully we will pull a ton of huge cards. I have to say my hands are on fire right now. I just pulled an autographed Joe Montana jersey out of a box of 18 Gold Rush Hall of Fame autographed jerseys. So I have to say I'm feeling pretty darn good right now. Alright, it's 7:30, so let's get started with the randomization. Again, as is the case with all of our breaks, we list the buyers in order of when they purchased their spots. So at the top of our list is VDDVC underscore E7EV GVQ87, because they bought the first spot. And at the bottom is Big Fat 12th Man, who graciously bought the last spot. So we're going to randomize this list 5 times, and we will go from there. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and lucky number 5. Alright, Webmark 2012 is at the top of the list. And let's see who's at the bottom. And that will be, well, Gregory Keating 2716. So let's see who everyone is paired up with. Cut and paste our list from random into our Google Sheet. I'm going to enlarge this font because my eyes are old. So I'm going to cut and paste this real quick in Excel just so I can sort by everyone's name. That way I don't have to read your eBay ID a bazillion times and put everybody to sleep before we even open the boxes. I'm not an expert, but I don't think that's a good thing when you're doing group breaks, when your audience is asleep. Alright, it'll take me just a second to get this sorted. Alright, so if you've got a snack or a beverage or would like to get one, now might be a good time. It's going to take a couple minutes to go through the list just because it is somewhat large. Alrighty, so let's get started. 24ST underscore 90 has Malik Collins and Roger Craig. 2 Toes 12 has Eric Dickerson. BBHC30 has Amari Cooper, Andre Ellington, Ashawn Robinson, Case Keenum, Curtis Martin, DeAndre Hopkins, DeMarcus Ware, Devin Funchess, Eddie Lacy, Emmanuel Sanders, Jarvis Landry, Jeremy Cash, Jerome Bettis, Jim Plunkett, Joe Montana, Joe Namath, Carlos Williams, Ken Allen, Miles Jack, Rashard Higgins, and Vince Jackson. Bertruda 33 has Steve Largent and Steve Young. Big Fat 12th Man has Adolphus Washington, Alan Hearns, Andre Reed, Andrew Billings, Austin Sefrin Jenkins, Ben Roethlisberger, Rashad Perryman, Brian Urlacher, Bryce Petty, Bubba Franks, Charles Woodson, Kobe Fleener, Cody Kessler, David Cobb, Derek Carr, Devin Hester, Devontae Booker, Dorial Green Beckham, Edgerrin James, Franco Harris, Garrett Grayson, Hakeem Nicks, Jamison Crowder, Jared Goff, Jerron Reed, Kamale Correa, Kelvin Taylor, LaDainian Tomlinson, Lamar Miller, Laquan Treadwell, Larry Zonka, Matt Ryan, Mike Singletary, Noah Spence, Paul Horning, Pharrell Cooper, Randall Cobb, Sammy Coates, Scooby Wright III, Shaq Lawson, Shaquille Calhoun, Stephon Diggs, Sua Cravens, Thomas Duarte, Tim Brown, Troy Aikman, Tyler Irvin, and William Perry. BJ's Moose has Fred Taylor, Isaiah Crowell, Marcus Mariota, Ronnie Lott, and Von Bell. Bree F5IGXG has Eli Apple. BRLMA_0 has Tyler Lockett. Candy Holly has Antonio Brown, Devin Smith, Hunter Henry, Jordan Payton, Joshua Perry, Lawrence Taylor, Randy White, Vernon Hargraves III, Vic Beasley Jr., and Xavier Howard. Coconuts Tino has Andy Dalton, Byron Jones, Charlie Joyner, Clinton Portis, Crockett Gilmore, Jacoby Brissett, Jamal Charles, Jordy Nelson, Kevin Hogan, Kevin White, Richard Sherman, Rod Smith, Trey Waynes, Trent Dilfer, and Wendell Smallwood. Cole Bay has Justin Hunter, Stephen Smith Sr., and Troy Brown. Crash 1977-76 has Charles Haley. The Campish 2012 has Aaron Rodgers, Alex Collins, Austin Hooper, Dan Fouts, Carl Joseph, and Matthew Stafford. DCLC 8039YSVZSI has Jay Cutler. Fat Tux 22 has Kurt Warner. Good, Great, Awesome Discounts has Shannon Sharp. Gregory Keating 2716 has Darren McFadden, David Johnson, Dion Branch, Fred Bolitnikoff, Jimmy Garoppolo, Keith Marshall, Connie Ely, Rod Woodson, Shane Ray, and Zach Ertz. Hamp J has Chris Conley. Hen June 75 has Heath Miller. Huntman 12-11 has Amir Abdullah. Bob Greasy, Brandon Coleman, Cardell Jones, Clive Walford, DeAndre Washington, Deion Sanders, Des Bryant, Drew Brees, Harold Carmichael, Jalen Strong, Colby Listenby, Laramie Tunsil, Leonard Williams, Michael Irvin, Michael Thomas, Philip Rivers, Thurman Thomas, Torrey Smith, and Wilbert Montgomery. Israel Scott 2 has Aaron Burbridge, Aaron Green, Brett Favre, Byron Marshall, Eric Decker, Icky Woods, James Lofton, Jay Ajayi, Jeff Driscoll, Kenneth Dixon, Marcus Allen, Michael Floyd, and Steve Grogan. Jax 0128 has Martavius Bryant. J and Jen 47978 has Antonio Freeman, Blake Bortles, Braxton Miller, Cameron Artis Payne, Christian Hackenberg, Chris Collinsworth, Derek Henry, Devontae Parker, Duke Johnson, Jameis Winston, Jeremy Macklin, Jim Kelly, Jordan Howard, Julius Thomas, Kenyon Drake, Lance Briggs, Ricky Williams, Terrence Williams, Travis Kelce, and Will Fuller. JPAR 7633 has Andre Rison, Braylon Addison, Daniel Lasco, Latavius Murray, and Warren Moon. John Wito 0 has Allen Robinson, Alshon Jeffrey, Braden Cooks, Carson Palmer, DeForest Buckner, Eli Manning, Emmanuel Ogba, Gale Sayers, Jarrell Adams, Jeremy Hill, Jordan Williams, L.C. Greenwood, Max Williams, Mike Ditka, Nate Sudfeld, Paxton Lynch, Ryan Tannehill, T.J. Yeldon, Tom Brady, and Victor Cruz. Joshua Valverde 3 has Kendall Fuller. Kev I Bolivia 0 has Anquan Bolden, Mark Chimura, Reggie Ragland, Teddy Bridgewater, and Todd Gurley. Elbeck 6480 has Bradley Roby, C.J. Anderson, Corey Coleman, D'Angelo Williams, Demarius Thomas, Darunya Wilson, Frank Gore, Joey Bosa, John Williams, Jonathan Williams, Landon Collins, and Tyler Boyd. Looking for Turkey has Kenny Lawler. Math OV0 has Kenny Clark. Mike Caruso has Charles Sims, Hines Ward, and Leonte Carew. MJ Golfer 2 has Alex Smith, Andrew Luck, Jalen Ramsey, Malcolm Mitchell, and Marcus Peters. Moshokito has C.J. Preuss, Daniel Braverman, Ezekiel Elliott, Jeremy Langford, and Jonathan Bullard. M-Star 1285 has Glenn Gronkowski and Paul Perkins. Nathan B486 has Greg Jennings. Noah Vol 1981 has Darrell Rivas. NQ 792 has Greg Olson. Pack RL Corp has Danny Woodhead, Doug Williams, Dwight Clark, Earl Campbell, Richard Rogers. Patriots X5 has Tyler Eifert. PGP 400 has Brandon Allen, Carson Wentz, Derek Brooks, Jerry Rice, Josh Doxson, Kendall Wright, Matt Jones, Nelson Agloro, Rashad Green, and Russell Wilson. Rob's Out 47 has Robert Mathis. San K. Dudek has Doug Martin, Jeff Janis, Lynn Dawson, Nelson Spruce, and Sammy Watkins. Sugar's Bear 1971 has Brandon Daughtry. Spence Mitz 27 has Dak Prescott and Joe Theismann. Sports for Life 91 has Trey Madden. Tea House 1915 has Austin Johnson, Bruce Smith, Charles Tapper, Donald Driver, Eric Ebron, Justin Hardy, Kevin Dodd, Mackenzie Alexander, Matt Forte, Robert Kim Endem Kid, I never can pronounce that, y'all can see it on the screen. Anti Montgomery. VDDVC underscore E7EVGVQ87 has Aeneas Williams, Connor Cook, Darren Lee, Demarcus Robinson, Jack Ham, James Harrison, Josh Ferguson, Kellen Winslow, Marquise Colston, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, Nick Vanette, Peyton Manning, and Tony Dorsett. WCHRCHVJXYWRZLSB has Torrey Holt, and WebMart 2012 has AJ Green, Dan Hampton, Kelvin Benjamin, Marshall Falk, Reggie Wayne, Robert Brooks, Sterling Shepard, Ty Sharp, Terrell Davis, and Wes Welker. So if we're all still awake after going over this list, give me just one moment. I'm going to slide my chair over and we'll get started opening these boxes. All right, so let's get to opening. So each one of these boxes has one autograph and 5 other cards. So let's get to cracking. Let's see the pack. Nothing left in there. And these are all very thick cards. Well, well, well. All right. Randall Cobb, base. Julio Jones, base. Alfred Blue, red parallel. You can see it is serial numbered 108. Oh, that's so terrible to pick up. There we go. 108 out of 149. And then an insert Kelvin Benjamin New Wave. Well, that's a nice foil pattern. It's a little busy. Doesn't look as good in the light. But when you see it in person, it looks a lot better. That's really nice. Nice etching on that. And our hit, I believe, is Crockett Gilmore. And that is serial numbered 16. Is that 16 or 18? It's 18, I think. 18 of 49. So that's a red parallel. And then our last card in the pack is Russell Wilson base. So give me just a second. I want to sleeve all these. And then we'll get to the next box. Yeah, that new wave's really sharp, so it's on foil board, but it's been etched. It's really nice. They cut them well too. Sometimes when you get foil inserts, if the blades are not real sharp that are cutting the sheets, it'll chip the foil, because what that foil board is essentially is 2 layers. There's a regular cardstock layer that's on the back, and then a very thin layer of foil on the front. So if you cut foil board with dull blades, it's a nightmare, and you can tell just looking at the edges of the card. So looks like they were pretty darn sharp when they were cutting those sheets. Nice looking card. All right, so we've sleeved all of our cards from pack 1. Once we open all 3 boxes, we'll go back through the list and just see who got which cards. I'm going to set these over here. And then open box number 2. All right. Just trying to scoot my seat up a little bit. That over there. I'm going to slide the back card because it is a common to the top. Okay, so we have Terrell Suggs base, Matt Ryan base, Jerry Rice base, and we have a printing plate. How fun is that? Look at that. It's kind of unexpected. I didn't even know they put it. So it's Eric Ebron, and this is a cyan plate, 1 of 1. You can see there on the back. I didn't even know they put plates in this. I should have, but I didn't. So it's a nice hit right there for the Ebron spot. Excellent. And then the insert is, wow, well, that is super sharp. Again, I don't know if it shows good on the camera, but whoever has the Des Bryant spot, when you get this card and you see it in person, wow, really nice etching. Really nice etching. There's a little bit of fray on the right border there by my thumb. I don't know if we can get it on camera, but still a really nice, sharp-looking card. So it's a nice card for the Des spot. And the autograph is Jeremy Cash. And it shows him in a Duke University uniform. And it is serial numbered 153 of 199. So again, we'll go ahead and sleeve these up before we get to box number 3. Remember, when it comes to cards, safety first. I say that as someone that's probably sleeved 250,000 cards at least in his lifetime. But, you know, you always want to have your stuff in good condition. Very important. There's that Bryant card. Yeah, that is some wonderful etching on that. And then the Ebron plate. That's nice. Cool thing to have, something fun. All right, so those are our cards from number 2. I'll set that right there. I'll just go ahead and set them on top of one. We're going to go through all of them anyway at the end. And now, box number 3. Let's set this box down so I can set the cards on it. Okay. Pull the bottom card, put it on top. I feel like I'm a shady card dealer when I do that, but I just like saving the hit for the last card. Larry Fitzgerald, base. Buck Allen, base. Torrey Smith, base. Giovanni Bernard, blue proof. And that is serial numbered 8 of 49. And a Darrell Revis Showstoppers insert, again with the wonderful etching. Really looks sharp. Cut real good too. And our last, the dreaded redemption, and it is Rookie Signature Cuts Red, Will Fuller. It does look like it's expired, but whoever's in the Will Fuller spot, if you scratch this off and put it on your redemption list at paniniamerica.net, hopefully they will send you something corresponding for it. I will certainly mail it out to you. But yeah, the last hit in the last box is a Rookie Signature Cuts Red, Will Fuller. And they might still have these in the library. A lot of times they'll keep cards in the library past the expiration date. Especially in this instance, obviously they still have their football license. There's no reason that they would not be able to distribute this card. So they may very well, and it's not that old of a, it expired less than a year ago. So it's still very feasible that they have this in their card library and would actually be able to ship it out. So hopefully they do have it, and they will, because this is a pretty nice little card. I believe it's the cut, the kind of the jersey material with the autograph on it. So yeah, all right. I'm going to sleeve these up real quick, and we will go back through all the cards and go through the list and just see who got what. Well, Gregory, that is unfortunate, but due to the nature of these type of breaks, a lot of people do not, and it's certainly not a given when you buy a spot in a random player break that you will. It unfortunately is not a given that will happen. Uh, I'm going to go to our list, and we will go through the list and see who won which cards. So our huh, Larry Fitzgerald is not on our list. Buck Allen's not either. So obviously I didn't have the common cards involved in the list, so we'll re-random those. I do apologize for that. I just had the hits, did not have, we'll go through and make sure because there's some people that probably, Torrey Smith, no. Giovanni, no. The Darrell Rivas Showstoppers insert goes to Noah Vol 1981. The Will Fuller Redemption goes to J and Jen 4797-8. The Matt Ryan base goes to Big Fat 12th Man. The Jerry Rice base goes to PGP 400. The Eric Ebron printing plate goes to T House 1915. The Des Bryant Prime Timers insert goes to Huntman 12-11. Let's see here. The Jeremy Cash autograph goes to BBHC 30. And let's see, Randall Cobb base goes to Big Fat 12th Man. There's John base on the list. Kelvin Benjamin New Wave insert goes to Webmart 2012. The Alfred Blue is not on, so we'll random that. And then the Crockett Gilmore autograph goes to Coconuts Tino, who, by the way, has the coolest ID in this break for the third time. Thanks, Coconuts Tino, for joining us again. And then the Russell Wilson break. The Russell Wilson common goes to PGP 400. So we've got a handful of common cards that were not included in the original list. Again, I apologize. I just had the hits because I didn't want to sell spots just for a common base card. That's not, that's really not a good way to run a break. So we just had the hits, and that's what we sold the spots for. But we obviously have, about 7 or 8 base cards and a couple parallels. So what we're going to do is I'm going to scoot my chair back over to the front of the laptop, and we're going to random all of them off. We're just going to hit the randomizer 2 times. We'll start with the original list each time until we have all the cards signed to everyone. So give me just a second to go back and pull up our list randomizer, and I'll put it up on the screen so you all can see it obviously. So the first card up that we're going to do is our Alfred Blue Red Parallel. That's serial numbered 2149. Let me go back to my sheet and get the in order buyer list. Wasn't planning on this happening, so it was a little bit of adjusting on the fly, but that seems like the fairest way of doing it. Obviously, I don't want to keep these cards. I have no interest in that. I would much rather you all have them since you bought spots. And I know they're just commons and they're not worth $1 million, but still, it's just the principle of the matter. I don't want to keep cards. I want to send them out. So we'll go ahead and do the random. So the first card that we're randoming is the Alfred Blue Red Proof. That's serial number 149. We're going to hit the randomizer 2 times. And number 1, and by the way, whoever's number 1 in the listing after 2 times gets the card. And Candy Holly gets the Alfred Blue. I'm just writing this down so alright. Next up is our Julio Jones base. Again, we got the same order as we always do. We'll randomize it twice. Once, and number 2. And Huntman 12-11 gets the Julio Jones base card. Next up is our Terrell Suggs base card. Again, twice on the randomizer. Number 1 and number 2. BBHC 30. Wins the Terrell Suggs base. Next up is the Giovanni Bernard Blue Proof, and that's serial numbered 49. Once and twice. Goodness gracious, what are the odds? BBHC 30 with the Giovanni Bernard Blue Proof. Next up is our Torrey Smith base. And once and twice. And Spence Smith 27. Next up is our Buck Allen base. And once and twice. Webmark 12. And our last card to random off, in what seems like the endless break, is our Larry Fitzgerald base. And once and twice. John Wito 0. Congrats on that. Thanks everyone. That concludes our break this evening and the randoming off of all the base cards. We certainly appreciate everybody that bought spots in this break and your patience while it filled. I do apologize for the error with the base cards, but again, I didn't want to sell spots in a product break like this just for base. So hopefully everyone understands. I certainly appreciate, again, everybody that bought spots in the break tonight. And I saw a lot of repeat names. from the break we did earlier, and also the break that we did on Thursday. But we certainly appreciate everybody. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening. And again, thanks a lot.